Hey y'all, it's Steffi and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to all of my subby fam. To start off 2019, I thought I would go ahead and give y'all some hashtag friendly sisterly advice about how to build your confidence at work. In previous years, I've done videos about how to set and achieve your goals, how to stay dedicated when you're not motivated anymore to reach those goals, how to stay organized for those of y'all who are in public accounting and are in busy season. So I will link all of those videos over here in the cards and in the description box as well. But I thought today we would talk more about if you're feeling a little down about yourself as a professional, if you feel uncertain about yourself, if you don't have confidence in yourself, whether you're new or in your current position. These are a few of the tips that I have to build your own confidence. Things to think about to get your mindset on right. I know the start of the year, we all have these lofty goals and we all want to achieve certain things. So hopefully these tips will help you so that you will continue on your journey to reach those goals. First, find out what is needed or wanted from your specific position. So whether you're new somewhere or this is your current job, it's always nice to get the perspective of your supervisor or for those people who you're working around to ask them, what is it that you expect from someone in this position, and use that feedback if you haven't gotten feedback already, and take those as specific action items to put down as either your goals or things that you want to consistently perform, taking that feedback, doing those things, and doing those things well. So my second tip is to take it as building blocks and do those things and repeat those things over and over and over. For example, when I was a staff in public accounting, I was brand new out of college. I knew the idea of what auditing was, but I didn't have practical experience. And the first engagement that I worked on, which I'll link what it was like for me to be a first year and kind of just like my story times about that time here in the cards. My first experience, I didn't really get a lot of feedback or guidance from the seniors that I was working with. Part of it was on me for, maybe I should have asked for more feedback and everything. They seemed so busy, so I didn't want to bother them. So I tried my best just to help out wherever I could. And I've used this example so many times, something that I always look back to because it definitely helped me build my confidence as a professional. I was doing really basic things like comparing two different documents to each other and seeing if they agreed or if they matched each other. It doesn't take a whole lot of technical knowledge. It's more like, okay, does this and this match? Even though it sounds menial, even though it sounds like you didn't need to go to college to do that, it is a very basic foundational skill to have. And so I encourage you guys to take those very basic skills, no matter how administrative they may seem, and do it very, very well. That piece of the puzzle does add up to more. And so having the pride and the attention to detail is going to really help you out in the future in your career, and not just blowing it off as, oh, that's so easy, that's so simple, a monkey could do it, I didn't need a college education to do that. Don't think of it in that regard. Think of it as, this is one of the bricks to my foundations. I will only continue to build from there. It may not have built my technical knowledge, but in terms of my work ethic, my professionalism, this situation definitely helped me, and that did build my confidence. That's part of being a professional, is the soft skill piece of it, not just the technical skills. Ordering lunch and dinners. I've used this example a lot before, but even though as administrative of a task as it is, it really did help me in terms of making sure that it got done completely and accurately. I know it sounds kind of weird when you're talking about ordering food, but many times restaurants can screw orders up, or maybe it wasn't clear whenever you were ordering, or for whatever the reason is. Or maybe the restaurant was really busy and they missed one of the people on your team's lunch. Own that task, as small of a task as that is. If you can do that well, bigger tasks you will do well. Translate into you running your own, audit engagement, making sure that here are all these different tasks that you have to get done. Do they all get done? Do they get done correctly? Constantly remind myself, these are the stepping stones to something bigger. And even as small and unimportant as it may seem to you at this very moment, just know that the overall skill will help you out in the future. I have found that repetition, practicing, and doing something over and over and over again will continuously build my confidence. When I first started in public accounting, going and talking to the client, I felt so uncomfortable and so awkward. It's not the best idea to fake it till you make it. Put your best foot forward, to give it your best effort, and continuously just try over and over and over again. You may not feel that great the first interaction that you have or the first time you do something. As you do it more and more and more, you'll gain more and more confidence. It's a skill, so just because it's not a natural, inherent trait of yours, you can build it. Just like building muscle, if you continuously repeat a certain action, over time, it'll come naturally to you. I know when I first started in public accounting, going and talking to the client, I was so nervous and I always just questioned myself. But you continuously just have to give yourself little pep talks, tell yourself, you know, I got this. Really put your best foot forward. Prepare yourself before you go and talk to someone or you do a certain action. You prepare yourself as best as you can with whatever task it is, then that's setting yourself up for success. That is putting your best foot forward, and continuously doing that over and over and over again in many situations of a similar nature will over time build your confidence. All that to say is that putting yourself out there over and over and over again, practicing it, repetition is going to help you in the long run to build your self-confidence as a professional. And just knowing that these are building blocks, that this is you laying a very strong foundation for yourself. So my third tip is to look for role models, mentors, and people whose skills you are inspired by. Look for those role models and those mentors and see the traits in them that make them a successful person. And I wouldn't say like copy what they do, but take that as kind of motivation, best practices, and applying it to yourself and making it your own over time as you build your confidence and as you gain more experience in your particular job. I will say though, to not compare yourself to those people or compare yourself to even your peers or other people around you. Just know that this is your particular journey and you can take the advice and the best practices from other people, but at the end of the day, you know, you are your own person. A lot of this is all about mindset, but my tip number 4 is to view setbacks as lessons, and if you make mistakes at work, to take those as, okay, I screwed this up, I'm not going to do it ever again. I'm going to just take this as me falling down once, but I'm going to get back up and I'm going to keep down my path, and I know I can do better. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. You're going to go through hard times, and especially if you are in public accounting and you're going through busy season, it's going to be hard, y'all. It's going to be definitely a challenge. Busy season though, even as much as it sucks, most time that I've ever grown in my career. Even if you mess up, even if you stumble, even if things don't always go right, if you can, you know, take time to recenter yourself, to tell yourself, okay, I screwed up. I'm going to do better tomorrow. I'm not going to do the same mistake again. It is part of life to screw up, to not do your best at times, and to take those as lessons and things that you can always improve about yourself. The challenge is to not take those and just knock yourself down or beat yourself up over and over and over again over something. Like, that doesn't do you any good. There is an aspect of taking accountability and being responsible for something, but then also taking that as, I'm just going to get better from this. I can only go up from here. Always keep that in the back of your mind. Part of building your confidence, it has to come from within. So if the voice inside of you is constantly just telling you how terrible you are or how much you'll never amount to something, if it's always a negative voice that you have for yourself, then, you know, no one else can make you feel better about yourself other than yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be able to pick yourself back up whenever you're feeling like shit. It has to come from within, because the things that you think about yourself in your mind is the things that you will become. If you have a negative voice of yourself, if you speak even negative things about yourself, like that's what's gonna come true for yourself if you continue to do it over and over and over again. We all have our bad days. We all have our times when feeling the greatest about ourselves, but don't let that be a continuous thing. You know, deal with it and keep it moving. Look for ways to take those setbacks, to take those mistakes, to make yourself better. Say nice things about yourself. No one else can get you to feel that confidence. If you're constantly looking for validation from people all around you, no matter how much someone else can tell you how good of a professional you are or anything, unless you feel that inside and unless you believe that of yourself, that won't ever be truth for you if you don't feel it and if you don't really believe it yourself. Don't get me wrong, it's always nice for someone to recognize your contribution, know your own worth, to know your own abilities. And then my last tip over all of this, like intangible things we talk about here on my Friendly Sisterly Advice videos, the last tip that I have for you is just to have patience. We always are looking for that destination, but you have to have patience. When I was younger, I wish I had this mindset sooner in my career about enjoying the journey. It's not about reaching a certain destination, because you could get a position as a controller and that could be your ultimate destination where you want to be. But if you didn't learn anything on your journey and you don't know a dang thing, that's not going to help you. Just having the title of something but not having the technical skills, the soft skills, the knowledge, the experience, the confidence to be at a management level, that's not going to do you or your company or anyone else around you any good. Just know that it takes time, it takes patience, it takes you being diligent and really hardworking, putting in the effort and the energy into learning and developing yourself along your journey. That will get you to your destination, and you will be so much happier once you get there, because you will be happy with the professional, the person that you are, and you will have confidence in yourself. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it more so just gave you food for thought on how you can build your own confidence at work. I know it's hard at first, but I promise y'all that over time it'll get better. You badass, you got this. I believe in y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. Just stay diligent on your path. Anywho, that's enough from me. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you got even a little morsel out of it that will help get you through busy season or whatever it is that you're going through right now. If this video was helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to be a part of our subby fam, because we would love to have you, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. A similar, no, okay, let me not, I'll come back to that. Okay, wait, how you, no. Anyway, so, sorry. You know me, sometimes I can get onto my roll, we start doing some kind of sermon, preaching and whatnot. You got this. Baby girl, I believe in you, huh? I believe in you. You got this. You got this. Yes.